Hey, how's it going? I'm driving between jobs right now. I've got like a 30-minute drive, so I thought I'd chat a little bit while I was sitting here with nothing else to do, because, you know, as a general contractor, you don't have any phone calls to make or anything like that while you're between jobs, so just a little bit of free time. Maybe take a nap or something. Anyways, I don't have my mount for the camera, so it's just sitting on my selfie stick wedged up against my rear view camera, so I'm sure you'll fall off at some point on the way. I just had just left the job site of Leo and Sarah's bathroom. We started last Thursday, and I met this new tile guy. His name's Bronson. He doesn't do as much work around Cedar Rapids. He says mostly down in Coralville, North Liberty area. Super nice guy. Just looking at the way he set a Schluter, I'm assuming he's gonna do a fantastic job. I mean, just the way he cut it and laid it. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna do awesome work. He's also doing the Big Grove Brewery, the new brewery downtown, and the pickleball deal. He did all the tile work there at the brewery, and apparently the bathrooms and stuff too. It must be all the tile work. But a long conversation with him while he was waiting for his mud to be ready to be mixed again to set. And we were talking about all the years of hiring different people and different employees over the years to get to where we're at now. And he works by himself now. He's had a lot of employees over the years, and the one thing he's learned is that when you're in the construction business, is it's sometimes better, which I've learned years ago, was to do things yourself as much as you can. If you can manage jobs, you make more money being independent and less headaches, things like that. And fortunately for me, I have family. My sons have joined our business over the last 3 years. Actually, the reason our business is Cedar Rapids Construction and Remodeling is because of my son started working for another guy a few years ago, and I ended up getting out of my previous construction business, quality property maintenance, that I had for 20 years, and we went all in to do Cedar Rapids Construction Remodeling full time with Drake and the other guy. And since then, the other guy's left, done his own thing, and we stayed together with my son. And then I joined the company full time 2.5 years ago, and then my oldest son joined this last May, which would be May of 2023, Zach, and then Carmen, my wife, joined just a few months ago. I don't know, August maybe, at the end of August. I can't remember exactly when it was, but so basically we have our four of us family members full time. Zach and Drake are in the field full time, and then Carmen and I work. Carmen does pretty much full-time estimating. I do most all the project management, coordination of subs and contractors, and I still do estimating, things like that. And then my daughter Topanga she works in the office 3 days a week, opposite college. She's at local Kirkwood Community College right now, doing financial stuff, I think, accounting. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of some of this stuff with the teenagers these days, but yeah, I think she's liking that so far. So, and then we have Aiden, which is a full-time guy. He's been with us for just over a year now, actually, like a year and a couple weeks, and he's 20. Great kid, good personality, easy to get along with. He works hard. He doesn't bitch, doesn't moan, and he shows up on time. You can't ask for much better. Obviously, he's green. He's only been with us for a year, but he's learning a lot. He's doing well. That's important. So the struggles that most people have with owning a small business, especially in the construction industry, is employees. And we've been blessed with having our entire family. We all get along. I mean, out of all of us, I'm probably the most annoying one out of the group. I can be, you know, I've been doing this stuff, you know, since I was a teenager, so I want things done a certain way. I'm willing to adapt to change as long as change gets the final result done at the end of the day, which is cool. But out of all of us, I am the annoying one that, you know, repeats things and, you know, about making sure we have our drapes over our tubs when we leave the job site for the next contractor to get in there, or the next sub to get in there. Protection, floor protection, zip walls, dust control. I'm very, very hardcore on that kind of stuff. Job site safety is a big deal. I don't like heights anymore. I used to like heights, but certain things we don't even tackle anymore, depending on what it is. Obviously, we'll rent equipment for it, but we make sure we're safe if we need to be or have to be. But okay, off track a little bit, but the long story short is we're very lucky to have what we have with our family, with the construction experience of my oldest son too. He went to Kirkwood for carpentry, so he's got some experience with him as well. He brought to the table. Then Drake's been doing it for 4 years now, and I've been doing it my whole life. So we've got 30 some years of experience in our company, and we like to do things right. We like to do things once, and we like to make the customer happy, and that's what our goals are every day. But going back to when you're starting out in the construction industry, especially if you don't really know what you're doing, that's a big part of the construction industry. Is there isn't any standards for people to go by. If you start a business, you can just basically start a construction business, go buy yourself a hammer and start advertising. In Iowa, you have to be registered in the state of Iowa with the Department of Labor to be able to first off, if you're a sole proprietor, you don't have to have all the exemptions or the workman's comp insurance and all that stuff. You can just go get a registration. But if you have employees, you have to have the work comp, and you have to have proof of that to get your state registration. I really wish that the state of Iowa would make that stronger and have a system where you have to have so much training or apprenticeship or something in the carpentry trade if you're non-union. Let's just go non-union on this because we're non-union. But I wish there was more, because there's way too many people, and they all come out of the woodwork too in the last few years since the derecho here in Cedar Rapids, that they're just horrible contractors. They have no idea what they're doing. They ruin things. They ruin everything. We actually see the stuff a lot, and we have to go and fix it all the time, which is good for us, but it is what it is, I guess. One of my things, if I could do anything different with what I was doing in my time, what it is, I would try to create a system for the state of Iowa to have a registration program that requires people to have some type of background checks for one, a background, and I know I always get questioned on this background check thing, but there's certain things. For some reason, this industry brings out the worst people in the world to do construction, and obviously, if you did background checks on all of us in our business, you would find us out we're all clean. So if you ever want to get any information from me, just check me out on the courts online, our whole family and all our employees. But anywho. So that's what I would do different with the state of Iowa. But so it's super easy, and if you're a sole proprietor and you hire a contractor that's a sole proprietor, and they're in your house, and their employees, they tell you that their employees are with them. You can't be a sole proprietor and have employees with them. That person is paying those people under the table, and basically it's not the way the system works. If you have employees, you have to pay workman's comp. Bottom line, hands down, that's the way it is. So you just got to watch out who you hire. Do background checks. Check them out with the state of Iowa Department of Labor before you hire people. But I guess before I get off, I'm getting off track a little bit about my rant. But starting business is tough. I mean, even when I started back in the day, I was a sole proprietor, and I was paying people as subcontractors. I've been calling them my employees, but that was 20 years ago. But I was paying them. I was doing 1099s and things like that, so I was trying to be as much legit as I could within the parameters I had. But so long story short is, check out who you're working with. Make sure they're legit, make sure they have insurance. But again, going back to we were talking about the starting out in the business is with a tile guy. He had hired people over the years, and I had just struggled with keeping good employees. He had family or some work for him for many years, but I think he went to, that changed at some point in time the last couple of years. I don't remember when he said exactly. I'm kind of losing my track of thought here, but we've been lucky with what we have. Thanks for watching.